So go ahead and visit a little bit longer here. We've had a busy day, the council, and passed a lot of good resolutions and information for tonight's meeting. So if we would, we'd just get this meeting going here in the next couple of minutes. That's about the best we can do, Council A. Okay. All right. If we'll, I think we can call this meeting to order now, right? Is that right, Shelley?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. We will call the December council meeting to order. At this time, Councilor No Fire, would you do the honors and bless this meeting?
Father, we thank you for this day, and thank you for so many blessings that you bestowed upon us. And the most important blessing of all is sending your son Jesus down here. And this is the time of year that he was born, and we bless, we thank you for that many blessings that you bestowed upon us. And we thank you for the Cherokee Nation, for the people that were able to be here and serve and represent. And we just thank you for everything in this day, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Counselor. Roll call, Shelley?
Yes, sir. Keith Austin.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
Here.
Joe Byrd.
Honey?
Julia Coates. Here. Sean Crittenden. Joe Deere, I'm sorry. Mike Dobbins. Here. Kanan Duncan. Honey. Rex Jordan.
Here.
Daryl Legg.
Here.
Wes Snowfire.
Honey.
Dora Petskowski.
Here.
Mike Shambaugh.
Here.
Mary Bakershaw.
Honey.
E.O. Smith.
Here.
Janice Taylor.
Here.
Victoria Vasquez.
Honey.
We have a quorum.
Okay, at this time I entertain approval of the minutes.
Make a motion they be approved.
Got a motion to approve, got a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. State of the Nation, Principal Chief Chuck Hoskins, Jr. Too much wine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, it is an honor again to appear before you for the December council meeting. Would like to give a brief update on what has transpired this past month and some things coming up. Our collaboration with Oklahoma State University continues. Earlier this month, we celebrated the construction milestone as we topped out the OSU College of Medicine at Cherokee Nation, the first of its kind in Indian country, and we are still on track to open that medical school for the fall 2020 class. We had the annual Tarot Banquet, a chance to celebrate over 720 businesses and 100 artists that are certified Indian-owned, that do so much to fuel the great economic impact that we have on this region. This is a time of the year when we have much to be thankful for, but I think our tarot entrepreneurs and our artists give us a great deal for which to be thankful. Tomorrow, some Cherokee Nation staff and I, including Howard Payton, will go to the United Nations to talk to one of the bodies there about indigenous languages and the efforts that we are making here. It is good that our efforts here that we have all supported get that kind of attention, but it also allows us to continue to raise the profile of these efforts, and hopefully it can open up some opportunities. So that will be happening tomorrow, and we will tell them about the Durban Feeling Language Center, which continues progressing and which we will open in 2020. I want to thank all the employees and members of the community near and far for making the Cherokee Angel Project a success. We had nearly 2,000 angels adopted as part of this annual campaign, and I know that the council members have all been involved in that, and I certainly do appreciate that. We also have the Elder Angel Tree. We were able to provide gifts to nearly 200 elders in need, so that was something great for the nation to do that we'll continue to do. But it's making a big difference in the lives of many families. Mr. Speaker, if I could, I'd like to recognize a very special Cherokee citizen who is here with us. She is somebody who has made a mark on her community. She has made a difference in the lives of her fellow Cherokee citizens. And that's not just my opinion. It's also opinion of the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame. And that organization inducted her into that very well-regarded organization in October. We're very proud of her. I don't know if there's been another Cherokee citizen inducted into that body. And if you look at the names of the people that have been involved in it, it's people that have been involved in business, involved in public service. If you look at this particular honoree, she's somebody that has worked very hard on the front lines in the community, and to see somebody like that recognized in the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame, I think is very special. To say that it's a Cherokee citizen is even more special, and to say it's our dear friend Holly Starr, well, that makes it even better.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little liberty and come around. Is that okay?
Your tie is going to flash when the light is down.
You don't have your phone.
I don't even need to ask this, but Holly Starr, would you like to say? Please do.
Okay. Oh, she's going to the mother. I'm going to say something. Yes, I'm very honored and blessed to receive a blanket because that's one of the highest honors there is. And I thank you so much for this, Chief and Council. Because without the Cherokee people, this would not have been made possible. So I thank all the Cherokee people. And yes, there has been 2 other Cherokees honored, Wilma Mankiller and Chuck Garrett's mother, Cynthia Garrett. Okay. So yes, and we're Cherokee women, and we represent our Cherokee people everywhere we go, not just in Cherokee country. Thank you. Thank you.
I will say, as her son,
Would you like to say
if
something?
anybody doesn't know, that I've yearned my entire life to reach the point where people introduce me, introduce her as my mother rather than me as her son. And I don't think it's ever going to happen.
And I want to say, as famous as she is, she still takes my calls.
And you take mine.
I do.
And you say how much, and what am I doing?
Thank you. And Mr. Speaker, I would note that in the history of the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame, which was founded in 1982, there's only been something on the order of 110 people awarded this honor. So it is a distinct honor, and we're very proud of Ollie. Mr. Speaker, at this time I would like to note those citizens who have passed in the past month, and then certainly welcome any additions from council. So Gerald Allen of Tahlequah, Beverly Babber of Salisaw, Lloyd Blevins of Grove, Ronnie Blossom of Locust Grove, Wanda Bond of Grove, Steve Buzzard of Grove, Chase Campbell of Veneta, James Ray Carey of Tahlequah, Polly Christie of Salisaw, Felix Chukale of Locust Grove, David Cookson of Tahlequah, Bridget Craig of Siloam Springs, Tommy Forrest of Tahlequah, Troy Gober of Salisaw, Christian Gonzalez of Stillwell, Kenneth Hacker of Tahlequah, Brenda Holmes of Tahlequah, Kimberly Howard of Pryor, Amos Hunter of Salisaw, Melvin Lamont of Wagner, Rachel Maxwell of Tahlequah, Samuel McElhaney of Salisaw, Jane Nail of Salisaw, James Nidifer of Veneta, Beverly Ramsey of Grove, Shirley Randall of Tahlequah, Ronald Ryder of Stillwell, Woodrow Ross of Pryor, Sharon Scraper of Tahlequah, Mary Sells of Salisaw, Ernest Shade of Salisaw, Nikki Smith of Veneta, Linda Squirrel of Keys, she's the former director of Cherokee Nation's EMS program, Hazel Soap of Stillwell, Kimmy Jo Stipes of Locust Grove, Tyrone Tate of Pryor, Glenna Tennyson of Locust Grove, Eva Thompson of Tahlequah, Calvin Van of Tahlequah, Charlie Sarge Welch of Lost City, he's a Cherokee veteran, Devin Winkler of Stillwell, Gordon Wolf of Stillwell, and James Yoder of Stigler. Mr. Speaker, are there any other names?
Yes, Julie Hutchison of Jay.
Valerie Taylor, Westfield.
George Tipton, Cherokee veteran, Pryor.
Ann Duncan of Stillwell, Cherokee speaker. James Nofire of Stillwell, Cherokee speaker. And Hazel Soap, who you mentioned, is also a Cherokee speaker.
Okay.
Jimmy Lou Whitekeller, Salisaw.
All right. Mr. Speaker, join me in a moment of silence. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, one thing that I was remiss in not mentioning during the State of the Nation, we have celebrated recently the strength of the Cherokee Nation through our Economic Impact Report. We've celebrated it by celebrating with our community partners. We should do that all the time because we make a great impact on this region. I think it's particularly important now to remind our fellow Oklahomans what an impact Cherokee Nation has. And I know that the compact has been in the news lately. I want to tell you and your colleagues, Mr. Speaker, that our position on the compact is clear, that it continues past the end of this year. And it's not just my opinion, it's the opinion of every tribal leader who is signatory to this contract or whose tribes are signatory to this contract. It's the opinion of every legal observer that I have run across. It's the opinion of just about everybody in this state, just about. And I think we're on firm footing. But I also want to make something else clear. We've always been willing to sit down with the state of Oklahoma. Sure. We just aren't going to do it with an arbitrary deadline held over our head. Thank you.
You know, Chief, I want to commend you and the leadership of Oklahoma for taking such a approach and how we're PRing our message to the state of Oklahoma, not only the tribal members, but non-tribal members. We have as many of non-tribal members that in support of what we're trying to accomplish here in Oklahoma. When I see the comments that come out in the Tulsa world or in the media, when I hear Scott Meacham, former AG, when I hear his opinion, hear Brad Henry, Frank Keating, former governors there, who are actually signed the agreement and the intent of the agreement. When I see that, our former Chief Ross Swimmer, weighs in, and then the Speaker of the House weighs in. It just really gives me a good feeling and encouragement that there are so many people out there that's supporting the right thing. And that's the stance you've taken all along. I want to commend you on your leadership on how you've handled this throughout.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, dropping down to Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards. We got two good men there. We got Deputy Brian Warner and S. Joe Crittenden.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And it's my distinct honor and pleasure to along with our Secretary of Veterans Affairs, along with Chief, and along with each of you to present our Medal of Patriotism Award to our Cherokee veterans. If I could, first up tonight, I would like to get District 1 Councilman Mr. Rex Jordan to join us out on the floor. Tonight's first Medal of Patriotism Award recipient from the Vietnam era is Mr. David B. Floyd. Mr. Floyd entered the Army in 1974. He was sent to Louisiana. His first duty station was with the Artillery Unit Red Legs in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Then he was sent overseas to Bad Hersfeld, Germany, where his whole unit was close to the East German Communist border. Mr. Floyd returned to the state in 1978 with the 3rd Squadron, 11th Armed Cavalry Regiment at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, where he was honorably discharged as a Specialist 4. Decorations, medals, ribbons, and badges include the Army Good Conduct Medal, M16 Rifle Marksman Badge. Mr. Floyd, on behalf of a grateful nation, we thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you for your service. Welcome home. Thank you.
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Oseo Nagata, I'd like to thank the Cherokee Nation, the veterans for this honor. I thank the chief and the council for the Cherokee language, online language that they're giving. I've had a chance to go through it with Ed Fields, and thank you for allowing us to do that. I mean, to honor the Cherokee Nation and to keep the language going.
Scratch that, Rex. You're good. Councilman. Hey, Rex. You're good. That one didn't show. All right, council. Our next, if I could get our at-large council ladies to join us. Our next Medal of Patriotism awardee from the Vietnam era is Mr. Charles E. Tridhart. Mr. Tridhart entered the Army in 1966 and was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana, then sent to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Mr. Tridhart was deployed to Germany and assigned to the 35th Armored Tank Division stationed in Erlangen, Germany. Mr. Tridhart returned to the States to Fort Dix, New Jersey in 1968 and was discharged honorably as an E-5 sergeant. Decorations, medals, ribbons, and badges include the National Defense Service Medal. Mr. Tridhart, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for your service to our country.
Good. Thank you for your service. Okay, thank you. You yes, my wife, sir.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, appreciate it. Again, I want to thank the Cherokee Nation and all the members from Travel for helping us on this. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All All right, if I could get District 9, Mr. Mike Shambaugh to join us. Our next Cherokee Veteran Medal of Patriotism awardee, Vietnam War veteran, Homer E. Turtle. Mr. Turtle was drafted in the Army in 1965. He finished training in Louisiana and was sent to Houston, Texas. He reported to the 25th Transportation Company, assigned as a personal military staff driver, escorting higher-ranking officers on and off the base. In 1966, Mr. Turtle deployed to Vietnam for 11 months, where he became a member of the 168th Combat Engineer Battalion and the 557th Engineers. Mr. Turtle returned to the States in 1967, where he was honorably discharged as an E-5 Sergeant. Decorations, medals, ribbons, and badges include the Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal with Device 1960, National Defense Service Medal, Good Conduct Medal, and Sharpshooter Badge Rifle M14. Mr. Turtle, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for your service to our country.
Thanks for your service. Thank you. Okay.
Do you have anyone with you this evening?
Yeah, my wife.
All right, everyone right here.
You want here first?
All right, 1, 2, 3. All right.
Joanne. Joanne?
All right, everybody? All right, 1, 2, 3.
On behalf of the Cherokee Nation, I'm very humbled and honored to be chosen for this Warrior Award, and I'm honored to have served in the U.S. Army for 2 years, and we're very grateful for the Cherokee Nation to be doing this award ceremony on occasion, and I'm grateful for all the people that the council members that have worked tirelessly for benefit of all the Cherokees. Thank you very much. Well said. The other gentleman, we might call his name out.
You want me to call his name, or you want to save him for next time?
I can save him.
Okay, okay, all right. Mr. Speaker, Council, again, thank you guys for your time and your dedication to all of our Cherokee veterans. That's all we have tonight.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll go to action of unfinished business, none pending. Committee reports, we're down to our CEO, Mr. Chuck Garrett. Always good to have Chuck here. He gives you that financial security.
Well, good evening, Mr. Speaker and councilors. Reporting on the September results tonight. Most of you, I think all of you, in fact, have received a detailed financial report in your inner office mail. For September, which was a strong month for our C&B top line, with revenues for the business exceeding budget by 19% and outpaced our prior year September by 19%. Year-to-date revenue through September closed 5% ahead of our budgeted revenue level and was 10% over the same period in FY18. Net income for September came in 10% over our budgeted level and exceeded our prior year by 2%. And on a year-to-date basis, our net income is 8% over budget and 8% over the same period in FY18. A few other non-financial updates. Cherokee Nation hosted a dinner at Hard Rock Hotel and Casinos to honor the hundreds of Native-owned businesses. The Tribal Employment Rights Office had roughly 720 Native-owned businesses and more than 100 artists who are invited to this event annually. Also this month, on the 11th of December, we hosted, as Chief mentioned, we hosted a luncheon for our community partners. We spent some time recognizing them and the good work that they do and reaching out to them, and appreciated that opportunity. Also, and finally, we have the CMB Angel Tree Drive, which over 700 children benefit annually from these angel tree gifts, and it's really quite an honor to see the employees come together and rally around this cause. And it's, as you all know, I mean, it's the difference between a great Christmas morning for some, and so we're really honored to be able to do that. And certainly happy to answer any questions, Speaker, but that would conclude my report.
Good report. Any questions for our CEO? Yes, comment from Councilor Taylor.
Yes.
I just wanted to give a shout out to one of your banquet staff at the event last week. His name was Mo. He was taking care of our table. Excellent job of seeing that you were taken care of without hovering, and so I just wanted to commend him.
Thank you for that. I'll look Mo up. Okay. Okay, very good. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
He was outstanding.
Well, we have a lot of outstanding folks. You know, it's just a matter of good people with good training and delivering.
That may have been the first year we did that luncheon with at Track 5. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, it went really well. I mean, the support and all the nonprofits that were there, that's a good thing. Appreciate you guys.
Well, we were happy to do that, and you know, those folks do such great work, and we, as a nation and as a business, help them in so many ways. So it was nice to come together. It
would have been interesting for some of the state of Oklahoma officials to hear the testimonies that were given that day and what Cherokee Nation actually meant to their organizations.
You know, that was not obviously the driving motive, but I'm sure that that message was reinforced, and and they'll some of the elected officials may catch wind of that.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Good report.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Okay, dropping down to old business. Coming out of rules. Councilor Duncan, would you want to take that?
Yes, this is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Wayne Caldwell as governing board member of the Cherokee Nation Comprehensive Care Agency, PACE, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Councilor Taylor, take the next one.
This is an act amending Legislative Act 15-19, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2020, Mod 3, and declaring an emergency. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. I need a motion to amend.
Make a motion to amend the agenda for items 3 and 4 out of rules, well, 3, 4, and 5 out of rules today.
Okay. Got a motion to amend. Got a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Rules Committee. Councilor Legg, you want to take item number 3?
A resolution authorizing certain lending transactions involving Cherokee Nation Businesses, LLC, a Cherokee Nation Tribal Limited Liability Company, and authorizing a limited waiver of sovereign immunity. And I put that in form of a motion.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? This was covered in committee. If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Councilor Dobbins, you want to take number 4?
This is an act establishing the Cherokee Nation Registry of Historic Places. Put that in the form of a motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Councilor Crittenden, you want to take the item number 5?
Yes. Resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation Health Services to donate a metal frame building to Marietta School in Adair County. Put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Okay, that concludes our business items. Announcements to my right? Anybody? Announcements to my left? Okay, employees, tomorrow we will start serving about 11:30. You're welcome to come. Just bring a good attitude tomorrow. We've got a lot of work to do, and thank the council members for a long day. Drive safe. Maybe slick weather out there. So with that, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Agiosi.